Hello, what's your name and what's your game?
My name is Kenny Mack. I'm a composer. I just actually finished my portfolio, just finished my studies, so this is actually my very first GDC.
Did you get to record any music at your school for games, or like have you worked with any student projects or collaborative efforts?
I've collaborated with a few students in the school, although they're all just like prototypes that weren't really full-fledged. But the portfolio that I have right now have all just been just music that I have just written with the imagination of a game concept just on my own.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So did you because when I first met you, you said you made music for like superheroes.
Yeah.
Did you, do you have like a variety of different games, or like how did you select what games to put in your portfolio? Like what type of games?
Honestly, wait, sorry. Can I hear the question again?
So you talked about having like your portfolio is composed of like games that don't exist that you would have wanted to make the music for.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So how'd you come to those types of games, or like what type of songs did you put in your portfolio?
Right. Honestly, for me, it's just all from personal experience. For me, like just going through life and just going through, just whatever experience that life brings you, I see a lot of that present in games. And so whatever it is that you're challenged by, then I would just write to kind of accompany that emotion. It just happens so that a lot of that is also, present in games. For me, I like writing big orchestral cues, music that makes you feel like a superhero. So why do I do that? Because, a lot of times, sometimes in life, you just want to, just feel a little uplifted, and in games, games are all about, most games are about, overcoming, getting through a certain level. And I think that emotion just really speaks to the human heart in a way that's very universal.
That's probably the most beautiful answer I've heard in one of these interviews. So, I mean, games have become so, like, it seems like year on year, the amount of types of games and the type of experiences and the type of people that are making games has just broadened. Like, has that affected what you've kind of practiced composing, or what you've tried to work on? Is there like a type of music that you're trying to get better at because you feel like there's games out there that might need that type of music?
Right. As I just got my portfolio up currently, it's definitely on my mind. Like, what if someone wants to hire me to like compose for maybe like a game like Candy Crush, like that's not very appropriate for like a huge orchestral cue. Definitely. I'm definitely planning on expanding my palettes. Although, as much as I can tell at this point, I don't know what's going to happen, 2 years from now, but...
so you might as well just make what you know and what you want to make and what you're good at making, what you practice.
Exactly. Right now, my heart is in writing those large cues, because that's where I feel like it's what is going to deliver emotionally. That, for me, an orchestra personally has been the most powerful tool I've ever used to express myself. There has nothing else that has even come close. I used to actually write pop songs. Those are all in good and all, but the reason why my heart has gravitated towards writing massive orchestral music is because there's just something about that. There's a reason why it's lasted through time, that for hundreds of years people have used the orchestra to convey a certain sense of emotion, to tell a story, and I just personally believe that just delivers the message that I want to cut through.
So how are you, like, you're not using a real orchestra, are you?
I hope to eventually, but the budget of a real orchestra we're talking about for my portfolio. Let me see. So I have a 5-track, 25-minute album that would have cost me probably $30,000. So my other job title is virtual orchestrator. So what that means is that I program the sound in there. So it's not a real orchestra, but with correct technique and correct layering, you can actually get pretty darn close. And throughout the entire process, I've compared my pieces with real orchestras, and it's definitely within ballpark. It's never going to sound. Of course, you can't ever beat a real orchestra, because why hire an orchestra then, right?
Yeah.
But you can definitely get pretty close.
So what tools, like what programs and tools do you use to create these virtual orchestras?
Sure. My weapon of choice, Logic Pro 10. Along with that, I use just most of the mainstream libraries, so East West, the Hollywood series, Project Sam guys are really doing great things. What else I use? I think those are my two main libraries, and all the other ones are just smaller ones from ADO. Just layer some taiko drums on there.
Yeah. So have you been out hustling and bustling, like going to like the demos and trying to pitch that they need your music?
Yeah. I mean, my intentions coming into GDC is really just to have fun, really just to enjoy the ride. Whenever I meet someone that can potentially use my style of music, yeah, absolutely. Exchange contact information and see if anything kind of comes out from there.
What's a bigger influence to you, orchestral wise? Is it the stuff you've heard in video games, or is it the stuff that you've heard in other places that orchestras use?
I would say it's a combination of both.
Okay, then what are some examples of games and outside of games that inspire you? Like your favorite kind of orchestral compositions?
When one thinks about orchestral compositions for games, you can't ignore the Final Fantasy series.
Did you get to see them on tour?
Oh yes, 2010 Distant World concert in San Francisco, Davies Hall in San Francisco. I think I can't even remember the date, July, I think 15th or 16th. I was waiting so long to see them live, and when I heard of them, I'm like, I am there.
Did you get to meet the dude? Because when he was in Vancouver, this like Japanese guy came up on stage, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, he did the music for Final Fantasy." Like they had the like composer of some of the Final Fantasy games at the Vancouver concert that I went to, which was like mind blowing. That he would even be there.
Right.
Did you get a chance to see that?
I wish. I did not. He didn't come out to meet us. So, yeah.
And what about outside of games? Like, what are some outside of game orchestral stuff?
It started off with Hans Zimmer. I'm a big fan of the Batman movies, the Nolan's Batman movies. I felt that he made a very, very emotional score that worked really well. It started off from there. And then soon I actually discovered a trailer music company named Two Steps from Hell, and they actually kind of became more or less the main parts of my inspiration. I think their cues are very, very, very effective in delivering the emotions that you need to hear. Yeah. So movies, trailers, you have Final Fantasy for the games. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, when I initially started this interview, I'm very surprised that how this turned out. I think it turned out well. I mean, the orchestral angle is like a really unique thing, especially if you plan on working on like smaller games, like independent games. I feel like there's not as much orchestral as there could be. I would suggest if you get a chance, going to the expo floor and talking to Jeff Tangsock and Joey Gord, aka Skelsey. If you say I'd like to speak to Skelsey, I think they'll know. Skelsey. Yeah. Because they're demoing the Darkest Dungeon booth right now.
Yeah.
They work at a company called Power Up Audio.
Yeah.
And they did the audio for Crypt of the Necrodancer, Darkest Dungeon, Towerfall. Those are their three biggest. They work on a lot of games. They work on more games than they don't, probably. But they don't actually have they have composers on staff they work with. I'd highly suggest going and talking to them.
Sure. What's the name of the company again?
The name of the company is Power Up Audio.
Power Up Audio. Okay.
If you say like the Question Bus or Keir here, or call him Skelsey, or just generally introduce yourself and tell them I sent you.
Power Up Audio.
Tell them I sent you. Okay. You should go there and talk to them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thanks for being on the Question Bus.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you have any last or anything else you wanted to shout out? Maybe your SoundCloud or anything?
KennyMacOnline.com. SoundCloud / Kenny Mac Music.
What about Twitter?
Twitter at Kenny Mac Online.
Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram, I think I changed it a couple of times. I think it's I am Kenny Mac. Yeah, I know. I should probably consolidate it and make it the same, but that's where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm still waiting for the promotional channels to get back to me. So my social medias they're not fully up there yet. But once things start to come back in, then I'm definitely gonna be much more active on social media.
Okay, well, thanks, and hope you have a good show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.